Now this is one of those lessons where you may actually have to write down the steps, because if you mess one little thing up, it just doesn't work. What we're going to do today is we're going to take this picture and we're going to use the picture as the color of text. So in other words, you're going to have words, and the words, instead of having a color behind them, are going to have parts of this picture as their color. So that's the goal. So we've picked a picture that we like. So now from here, we're on the Organize tab here. From here, we're going to go to Fix, and we're going to do a full photo edit. Now this might take a couple seconds to load. All right, now again, we've talked about layers in the past. This is the bottom layer, the first layer. You should name this. So I'm going to double click here, and we'll call this beach. And the beach is going to stay there for now. The next thing we need a brand new layer. So you come down here to New Layer button, and you ask for a new layer, and immediately come next door, and you need to have a solid color. Doesn't matter which one you pick, okay? You just have to do it this way. Don't ask me why. It's just the way it works. So I'm going to pick white, just keep it basic, but it doesn't really matter which one you pick because it's going to go away afterwards anyhow. So I'm going to pick white, and I'm going to hit OK. So now I have two layers on my palette. The next thing you need to do is you need to take this layer and drag it below, okay? Below the whatever one you want in the background. So you need to click here and then just drag it underneath. So this is what you should be looking at. And you also want to hide this one temporarily. So the little eyeball here, I'm going to go click on it, and now it's temporarily hidden. So now we're able to type the text that we want. So go to the text tool. And again, because I'm running video at the same time, it's a little bit spotty. So here, I'm going to type the words that I want. I've already picked out a nice big font. You would probably have to change your font as you're going. But the bigger and thicker and wider your letters, the better this is going to look. Because again, I want the background to show up in my letters. So the bigger and wider the letters, the better. So now that I've selected, now that I've done that, I can make this bigger, of course. I'm going to just use my pick tool here, and I'm going to make this. I accidentally moved it. I'm actually trying to size it. And this keeps coming up asking if I want to lock that in. I'm not done yet, so I'm not locking in anything yet until I'm happy with the way this looks. I want it. Oh, I didn't want to rotate. Just going to undo that. Okay. Just really hard to run this while my video is running. Alright. You know what? It's a little crooked, but for the sake of brevity, I'm just going to say fine. Leave it like that. Alright. So I have my text here. What I'm going to want to do is I want to see where this text is lining up in this picture. Okay? I want it at a certain spot. So what you can do is turn your picture back on temporarily. And I see the grid lines here. Okay? If you're happy with it there, then you can leave it there. If you want it to be lower, you can bring it lower. So I would probably want to bring it down a little bit. Actually, quite a bit. So I'm going to bring it right here. And then you can turn this back on to see how that's going to work. And I want to undo that. I'm going to click back on this to turn it off. And I'm just trying to get it perfect here. Alright, that's what I want right there. That's pretty much where I'm going to want it. So now I want to, now with this visible again, alright, so leave it visible and select it. You have to select it. So it's visible and it's selected. What you need to do now is go Control, put your Control key down, and then hit the G button. And there you go. Alright, so you've got your text with the background. It's a neat effect. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to crop out the parts that you don't want. So again, with the big thing selected, I'm going to ask for my crop tool, and I'm simply going to select the area that I want and lock it in. And the only thing left for you to do is to save that as a picture file and then use that picture anywhere you'd like.